Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, very good morning to you. It is with great honor I welcome you all to the newly delivered Uptown Tower. I promise I won't put any more plugins about the building. You can explore it all you want. I just have to tell you it's an 81-story building. It's the highest one in JLT, and in the near future, we will be able to deliver a building twice the size of this one called Burj 2020. And if you think I hear the ballroom is limited for bigger events, we'll make it up in the Burj 2020. It should take up to more than 2,000 people, if not more. Anyways, on with my speech. I'd like to start by thanking the Ministry of Economy for its support. Precious metals plays a key role in the UAE's economic development, and our government's commitment to the DPMC is a real testament to that. I also want to thank our extensive list of partners and sponsors, especially the ones who've been with DMCC for the past 20 years. This is the 11th edition of the Dubai Precious Metals Conference, hosted by DMCC, the award-winning Financial Times FDI Magazine Global Free Zone of the Year, for a record 9 straight consecutive years. For those of you who were not in Dubai before the global recession, we used to participate in an event called the City of Gold Conference, and we always handled it that way. And just when the global recession kicked in, there were delays, rescheduling of this conference. We felt that a lot of the speakers, participants already budgeted for travel, so we had a gold event, followed for the Middle East jewelry event. But technically, the DPMC that we're all gathering here for today was born out of the global recession and continues to go on strong year after year. Today, we will once again lead and engage in conversations that drive solutions and the collective growth of our industry. This year's event comes as stakeholders across the value chain are navigating an increasingly complex landscape. We cannot ignore the fact that the central banks accumulated gold at the fastest pace on record in the first 2 months of 2023, totaling 125 tons. From India to Russia, central banks collectively bought 800 tons over the past 12 months, up 14% on the previous year. Gold now makes up 2/3 of Uzbekistan's reserves. We're seeing the highest pace of gold buying since 1968 and the demise of the gold pool, which ultimately saw the end of the Bretton Woods standard. And all signs show we should expect another colossal year of gold buying in 2024, with increased volatility, ongoing inflation, and de-dollarization in global financial markets. 2024 will also be a year for companies to exercise caution in terms of where and with whom they do business. Case in point, the 127 British companies who disclosed sanction violations, or Venezuela's failed appeal to control $1.95 billion of the country's gold reserves currently held at the Bank of England. The implications for trade and investments are huge. However, I see it as a cause for optimism. With an improved cyclical backdrop, there will continue to be a value for commodities like gold and energy in hedging against negative supply shocks or geopolitical events. In pioneering new product, the Dubai Gold and Commodities Exchange, or as many of you know it as DGCX, the leading derivatives exchange in the Middle East, launched the GCC's first Sharia-compliant spot silver contract last month, supporting record-breaking demand in 2022. We're seeing trade flows shift east, particularly as bilateral trade agreements, including the UAE's CEPA agreement with countries such as India, deliver on their promise of accelerating commodities trade growth. Another driver is the expansion of BRICS to include key precious metals countries like the United Arab Emirates. For precious metals industry, the world has made good progress on responsible sourcing framework, and none more so than the UAE. With the support of the Ministry of Economy and the Gold Bullion Committee, UAE Good Delivery's emergence as an exemplar for responsible sourcing has not only lifted the UAE in the international markets through its high standard of compliance, but is now recognized by the India International Bullion Exchange. We know there's much more to be done. However, with the collaborative support of our global stakeholders, we will continue to improve the industry's best practice from source to consumer. In adopting and implementing safer, more accessible and transparent ways of trading, tokenization will also be a central point of discussion. Last year, DMCC entered into 2 partnerships with Web3 firms that saw this tokenization of physical gold backed by DMCC's trade flow platform. The result, 145 kilograms of gold traded within the last 12 months. Baby steps, but more to come. DMCC launched the Crypto Center in 2021 to champion the development and adoption of Web3 and blockchain technologies. Today, the Crypto Center is home to almost 600 Web3 firms, including TDFI, the Solana Foundation, Binance Technologies, Comtech Gold, and global crypto giant, Bybit, which collectively, and I mean this almost 600 companies, represent over 60% of the GCC Web3 market. Ladies and gentlemen, we're living through an era of unprecedented change where a convergence of geopolitics, technology, and ESG will require greater agility and cooperation. As a center for trade, DMCC has consistently demonstrated its resilience, particularly over the past 3 years, and continues to take on more challenges as they arise. The presence of bullion banks as ICDC, JP Morgan, and ANZ are testament to the UAE's position as a global industry hub, and I look forward to working closely with our banking community moving forward. As the precious metals industry becomes increasingly complex, it is our collective duty to continue to showcase the immense economic trade and social opportunities available. The DPMC has grown in stature in recent years and today is one of the main platforms for enlightened thinking around the gold and precious metals in Dubai and around the world. As key decision makers, I look forward to discussing the challenges and opportunities in today's sessions. With that, I'd like to thank you, and please do make the most of your visit here. For those of you whose first time here in Dubai and DMCC, there are 3 operational gold refineries with 2 more that will be set to operate within this year or sometime next year. That is a total of 5 operating gold refineries only in 1 free zone. The UAE is very serious when it comes to its economic priorities, and gold is no exception. About in 2002, April of 2002, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister of the UAE, ruler of Dubai, in unveiling DMCC, made a bold statement that Dubai will capture around 50% of the gold trade will be coming through Dubai. It doesn't seem so far-fetched today, with tea being re-exported more than 60% globally and coffee also growing. I say expect more to come from this market and this region. Thanks to India, thanks to China, thanks to the BRICS community, and Europe and the West.